Hi everyone, so this will be a comparison between the brand new Tripowin Leá against the massive, in fact I would say the most popular budget earphone of all time, which is the Blon BL-03 against my favorite over the years, KBEAR KS1. So first of all, the Leá, I would give it, if you're talking of build quality, I would pretty much say the Leá still has the best build quality. Now, you probably people say, "Oh, it's a more newer set than these other two." I get it, but build quality goes to it. Just that it has a better metal shell, and just building in general, it's a better build. Then second to the build would be the Blon. The Blon has a metal shell, and it has a beautiful metal shell. I won't lie. It looks weird, but it has a nice metal shell. Then the third would be the KS1. KS1 doesn't have a metal shell; it has a plastic shell. But I like it. It's a little bit comfortable, and it's been working well for the length of time it's worked for me. So I enjoy what I see. Now, in terms of comfort, I instantly, I will go for the Leá as the best in terms of comfort. It's much more comfortable. It doesn't give me fatigue, and there isn't any issue. The next for comfort will be the KS1. The KS1 some gives fatigue on some occasion because of the nozzle. Nozzles seem to be too long, and it's made out of metal, so it depends on the ear tips you put on it, but it can give you fatigue depending on the way you wear your earphone. But it's fine. It's not the worst earphone I've worn that has the worst comfort or anything like that. So that's what you can expect. Then the final one is the Blon. The Blon doesn't have a very good comfort. The nozzle is short. It doesn't stick to your ears. You need to wear certain kind of ear tips for it to be comfortable enough. So it's not that great, but it's fine. If you get the right ear tips, you're good to go. In terms of sound quality, the Blon BL-03 is V-shaped, very V-shaped. The KS1 is still V-shaped, but I'll explain the difference in their V-shape. Then the Leá is neutral, very detailed. Favorite sound, I would say easily the Leá. The Leá is the best for me. Other people will have their own opinion, but if you need bass, quantity of bass, but without the quality, you might go for the Blon BL-03. The Blon BL-03 has a lot of bass. It even rumbles when you listen to movie. It goes very deep. The problem is that it does not have a smooth bass. It's muddy, a bit muddy. It's not as refined. Now, granted, the Blon BL-03 came out, I think, 3 years ago. It's been out for a long time now. The tuning back then is nowhere near the tuning of now. So I get it. People will say, why are you comparing something from 2019 against something of 2021, 2022? I get it, but I'm just going to explain why this is better. The Leá is better. Maybe just because the tuning of earphones have improved over the years. So, and not just that, but I think even the driver production has been improved. Maybe that's the reason why we have better sets now. But regardless, I would say in terms of bass, if you need quantity of bass, large quantity of bass, then it's a no-brainer. Just go straight for the Blon. But I could still make the same argument for the KS1. The KS1 has almost, not as much, but almost very close to the amount of bass that the Blon has. The advantage for the KS1 is that it doesn't need a lot of power. It doesn't even need a lot of power to drive it to ridiculous volume. So it makes it easy to use for anything. But the problem with the KS1 is that it has a graininess in the upper mids to treble. So there is a graininess that if you turn up the volume, you will hear that graininess and it doesn't sound pleasant. So that's the problem with the KS1. The Blonde doesn't have that, but the problem with the Blonde is that it doesn't have that clarity. It's warm. It's a warm set, and it depends on how you like warm sets. If you like warm sets without the detail, then you might like the blondes. But I like detail. I like to hear vocals. I like to hear the clarity. I like to hear instruments very well, and the Leá does that very well. So in terms of bass, the best bass is Leá by far, because it is controlled. It doesn't have bloats. It doesn't have distortion at high volume. The Leá is the best. The only downside to the Leá is that it needs a lot of power to drive it to get more or less the best out of it. Not crazy amounts of power. You don't need like 1000 watt amps to drive the Leá. Just needs some power, like some amp, some DAC, something that can get something out of it. Like that's what the Leá needs. The Leá doesn't do very well just plug it. It works plug into a phone, but you might not enjoy listening to music just directly from a phone. But if you plug it to a DAC amp, you're off to the races. So that is it. In terms of mids, obviously the Leá is the best in terms of mids. The Leá is competing with the Olina in mids, so that's how good the Leá is in mids. The mids are just incredible. Everything about the Leá is just great for mids. In terms of detail retrieval, I will still give it to. In terms of detail retrieval, I will give it to the Leá. The Leá still has the best detail retrieval. It is very, very clear. It's very detailed. In fact, it even scares me that this set is a $25 set. If they price this $80 and said it's an $80 set, I wouldn't have any problem, because it sounds like an $80 earphone easily, because the tuning is fantastic. There isn't any issues with this tuning. The tuning is way, way better than the Aria and so many other more expensive sets that I've listened to. So yes, if you charged a lot more money for the Leá, I wouldn't have a problem, because it sounds better than the pricing suggests. So it is a well-tuned set. The KS1, the advantage it has had over the years is this: it's easy to drive it. It does have bass, and it's really, really good for movies as well. But look, clarity is very important for me. I need clarity, so that I can listen to vocals without issues of grain and harshness, or being too muddy or too warm. So the Leá is the best set in that regard. So this is a quick comparison about these three earphones. Right now, the Leá has replaced all these other two budget sets. It is not, these two sets are no longer on the level of the Leá. The Leá currently is new king of the budget earphones now. There isn't any complaint that anybody can give right now about the Leá, except maybe if they get a set that doesn't have a very good cable. Like the cable that came with the Leá wasn't good, so I had to dump it, and I threw on another cable on it, and that is it. That's just the only thing. But other than that, the Leá is by far the best budget set that I've tested right now. And that is it. I'll do more comparisons with other budget sets next week if you're interested. But right now, I'm highly impressed with the Leá. The Leá is the best set you can buy right now for under $25 right now. So if you like this content, do subscribe to the channel. Do like our content. See you guys next time.